Hello, welcome. So Revolution have come out with a new skincare line. So this is brand new, released today, and I've been trying it now for the past week. So I thought we'd discuss and see what we thought about it. So they've named the brand, or the sister brand I should say, Skin by Revolution, which is pretty simple, straight to the point, you know, no messing about. I quite like it actually. And there's 4 collections in here. They're all aimed to target different skin concerns. So we have Clearly Clarify, that's really difficult to say, which is the green one, and that's aimed at blemish prone skin. We also have Happy Hydrate, the blue one, which is obviously hydrating. Be Bright, which is glow boosting, which is the orange one, and then the pinky purple one is Go Gentle, which is for skin barrier support. And then there's also on top of that a brighter green collection, which is the Skindividuals, which is like the little extras. I've got a few of those I can show you, like the eye creams, the patches, little accessories, spot stickers, that sort of thing. So looking at all the collections together, it looks like they're a 4-step skincare routine. So they're all a 4-step routine. And as I say, each one is targeted to different skin concerns. So if we go through them one by one briefly, so starting off with the Clearly Clarify, which is the green one, we have the cleanser, which is a clarifying gel cleanser. It's formulated with salicylic acid and cactus flower extract. So salicylic acid is a BHA, so it's a chemical exfoliant, but on a very gentle level. I'd actually really recommend that to teenagers and anyone with just blemish prone skin in general. It's actually one that I recommend to my boys. My eldest one is a bit older now, he's past that stage, but my youngest is 15, and I've given him a salicylic acid cleanser because it is really good for teenage skin or spot prone skin in general. There's also a toner which is called Pore Player. That's a clarifying BHA toner again. So that one is 5% salicylic acid and aloe. So we've got the gentle exfoliant and then we've got the soothing aloe in there as well. For serums, there are 2. We've got the Supreme Clarifying Serum, which is formulated with 10% niacinamide, great for hydration and balancing those oil levels as well. And then there's the Canvas Clarifying Serum, which has 2% salicylic acid and 5% niacinamide. So we've got the niacinamide in there, and then we've got the gentle exfoliant as well. And then for moisturiser, we've got the Cloud Clear Clarifying Moisturiser, formulated with niacinamide again and IPC. IPC isn't actually something that I've come across before. I've had to research it, but from what I can see, I can't see anywhere what it stands for. It says it's a formula that tackles blemish prone skin, rapidly helps to reduce the appearance of blemishes and helps to clear complexions, morning or evening. That's all I can see on it. It's really hard to find anything on that, to be honest, but in a skincare line for blemish prone skin, then it makes sense. So then we have the Be Bright range, and again there is 5 products, obviously in the 4-step routine. So in this one, the cleanser has pumpkin enzymes and fruit exfoliants. The toner is formulated with 5% glycolic acid and ginger. So glycolic acid is an AHA, whereas in the other one that I just mentioned, that was a BHA. So AHAs tend to be a little bit stronger than BHAs. They're not quite as gentle, although if you don't overuse them, then they can be absolutely fine. But yeah, just bear that in mind, that they're not quite as gentle as the BHAs in the previous formula. We have the Flow Brightening Serum, which has 12.5% vitamin C. So we've got another acid in here. So vitamin C, you might know it as ascorbic acid as well. Really good. I use it every morning. I use the Dermatica one normally, but it's a really good treatment, especially for brightening the skin and evening out the complexion as well. Really good for hyperpigmentation as well. And then there's the Brighten Up Brightening Serum, which has 3% vitamin C, so slightly milder than the other one. For moisturiser, we have the Lustre Lights Brightening Moisturiser, and that is formulated with vitamin C again and peptides. So that's a really good one for brightening, and also with the added hydration as well from the peptides. The Go Gentle range includes the Magic Makeup Melt Soothing Cleansing Balm. That sounds really nice, which is formulated with squalane and oat. oat. So straight off, I can tell these are much milder, gentler ingredients. So squalane is probably one that you've heard of a lot. It's got really nice nourishing and soothing properties, so it's really good for repairing the skin barrier. And then oat is a really nice gentle formula as well. One of my favourite cleansing balms actually is the oat cleansing balm from the Inky List. And then for the toner, we have the Glaze Days Soothing Milky Toner Essence. Oh, I love a milky toner. I didn't realise this had that. So that one has 5 times ceramide blend. So again, really good. Ceramides are essential for repairing that skin barrier. For serums, we have the Must Be Mucin Soothing Serum. So we have vegan snail mucin in here. I love snail mucin. I'm massively into K-beauty, and they love their snail mucin in their products. And yeah, the CosRx one is one that I normally absolutely love, but I'm going to have to try this. It works really well in the morning under your makeup as well as a primer. It works wonders. So that's really hydrating and great for adding that really nice bounce to the skin as well. And then we have the Bouncy Barrier Soothing Serum with ceramides and peptides again. The moisturiser, we have the Plump Soothing Moisturiser, which has peptides and hyaluronic acid. So I've spoken about peptides already. Hyaluronic acid is known for locking in moisture. So that sounds like, you know, another one that I'd really enjoy. And then the one that I have been using is the Happy Hydrate, because I suffer with dry skin patches. I don't get dry, my skin's quite combination. So I tend to get quite oily around here, on my forehead as well sometimes, although I do get quite dry like around this area of my forehead, probably from dry shampoo, and then around sort of my mouth area and here as well I've been getting quite dry. So I went for the Hydrating range. This one I can show you. So for the cleanser, you get this one here. So this is the Milky-Away Hydrating Milk Cleanser, and this one includes meadow foam and sweet almond oil. The only thing I will say with this is do be mindful, obviously, if you've got nut allergies, it does have sweet almond oil in it. It is a beautiful cleanser though, I will say that. It's definitely nice and hydrating, non-stripping, and obviously because it's got almond oil in it, it's really good for removing makeup as well. I love an oil cleanser. So this one starts off as a milky cleanser, so it's quite a runny formula, like a milky cleanser. Work that into a dry skin, and then once you add water to that, it will emulsify, and obviously you can wash it off either just with your hands and warm water or a cloth or a sponge. But yeah, it's a really lovely hydrating cleanser, it really is. And I do love the ones that you can emulsify and then wipe away. It's almost like this time of the year I tend to just cleanse once in the morning. I double cleanse at night, but in the morning I just cleanse once. And with this one being almost a 2-stage cleanser, I feel like I'm getting a double cleanse in one, so that's great. Then for the toner, we have this one here. So this is the Bouncy Drops Hydrating Jelly Toner Essence. This is really nice, really nice. It's, I don't know if you can hear. Can you hear? It's quite thick. So this one has tremella mushroom in it. Mushrooms are great in skincare. Tremella mushroom is known as the beauty mushroom because it's known to boost hyaluronic acid and also collagen production in the skin as well. And apparently it's also really good for combating fine lines and wrinkles as well. Yeah, so it's a really hydrating ingredient, and it's really good for bringing out that natural glow in the skin. So yeah, it's really nice though. The formula of this, as I say, it's like a jelly toner, so it's a really thick one that you definitely want to apply with your hands, I would say. So yeah, pop this onto the skin, give it a good pat to help it to absorb, and then yeah, you're good to continue with the rest of the skincare. But I love a toner, I really do. It's one of my favorite steps in my skincare. So then again, we have 2 serums. So the first one is this one here, which is the Ultra Plump Hydrating Serum. So this one has 4 times multi-weight hyaluronic acid, so really good for locking in that moisture. Obviously you've just added all that moisture with the toner, so you're going to want to lock it in with a serum. Or we have the Dewy Quench Hydrating Serum, which has 2% hyaluronic acid, so again great for locking in moisture. And then for moisturiser, we have this one here. So this is the Hydra Heist Hydrating Moisturiser. That's a mouthful. So yeah, it comes in It's like that. And I really like these because you can get just the right amount out of them that you need. You don't need to take out, you know, too much and waste it. Yeah, I normally use about 2 pumps per application, and I find that, yeah, you can really control the amount that you use when it's got those. So this one contains hyaluronic acid, so again, really great for locking all that moisture that you've just applied to the skin and allowing it all to work its magic. So yeah, personally, I've been really enjoying that range. I've definitely noticed a difference in my hydration levels. My skin feels bouncier. My dry patches aren't as apparent as they were before. So yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I've been using it more in the morning than at night, but yeah, it's worked really well, like under my makeup and everything. I've not been, sometimes I find that, as I say, on my dry areas through my foundation, it cracks, tends to look cakey and dry throughout the day, and I haven't been getting that at all since I've been using that. So yeah, I can definitely feel the hydrating benefits from it. So moving on to the Skindividuals, these are the little extras, as I said. So I have some of those here as well. So these are really cool actually. So we have the Rinse and Rise compressed facial sponges, and these are made from natural foam materials, and there's 10 in here. So they come in this really cute little bag. And then, as I say, there's 10 sponges in here. But the really good thing about them is that they'd actually be really good for travel, because look, they're literally paper thin, or card thin, I would say, when you first get them out. But you wet them and then they expand into like a facial sponge. The only thing that I will say is that the star one compared to the round one is a little bit trickier to use. I think because of the shape of it. I mean, it's really good for getting into those awkward areas, but I just personally, I prefer a round sponge because I like to do it in circular motions, and I just feel that with a round one, yeah, I suppose I'm just used to it. Whereas the star one, I just find a little bit more awkward, but it's cute. I love stars, so you know, it's a cute design. So we also have the Depuff Pillow Jelly eye patches. I love an eye patch, I really do, or eye patches like the collagen type ones. Yeah, I normally use them in the morning, you know, before I do my makeup. I find that they're really good for sitting underneath my makeup, my concealer. Some eye creams can, the gel ones are really good, but some other eye creams can cause my concealer to break up sometimes or pill, whereas I find when I use under eye patches, I don't get that at all. Plus, you know, you pretty much get an instant effect from them, so yeah, you know, you don't look as tired or whatever after you wake up in the morning. But yeah, no, these are really nice and cooling as well. Really good if you put these in the fridge and use them straight from the fridge. Obviously you get that really nice extra cooling effect from them as well. And there's 30 pairs in here, so pretty much, you know, if you're using them on a daily basis, you're getting about a month's worth out of it. But they're really affordable as well, I think. Yeah, £14, which is, you know, pretty good for eye patches, and they contain hyaluronic acid as well. So again, you know, you're locking in any moisture under there, which is essential for, you know, your concealer to look half decent afterwards as well. And then we also have an eye serum as well. So we have the Espresso Eye Lift Energizing Eye Serum. And this has 5% caffeine and hyaluronic acid. Caffeine's really good for depuffing the under eyes as well. And it's also on a nice cooling rollable as well, which again is really good for offering like depuffing the under eyes as well. Again, if you put this in the fridge, amazing. But yeah, as I say, caffeine is great for depuffing the under eyes, so you've got pretty much a double whammy with the cold rollable and the caffeine in here as well. And again, we've got hyaluronic acid in here as well, so we're locking in that moisture. Very lastly, we also have the spot patches. These have become really popular, like the spot patches in general, over the last year, although they've been around for such a long time. But yeah, just more recently I seem to see them all over the place. But these ones are the, what are these called? Spot.go. Yeah, Spot.go spot patches. They've got salicylic acid, tea tree and witch hazel. Tea tree is an ingredient that I've been reintroduced to more recently. I used to use it a lot in my teens, but it's actually really good for rosacea. So I've recently been trying to introduce it into a lot of my skincare routines. So salicylic acid, obviously we spoke about before, witch hazel and tea tree are really good for anti-inflammatory ingredients. So, you know, if you put it on a spot, you're going to take down that bulk of the spot, shall we say. Just one top tip, if you are going to use spot patches, I would personally do them at the end of your skincare routine. I just find that when I've tried before, when I do them at the beginning, by the time I've put all my oils, serums, moisturisers over the top, they start lifting at the edges, which obviously, you know, isn't going to do the job. So I find doing it at the end of my routine, however, not straight on top of your existing skincare. I get a cotton bud and a bit of micellar water, and I just rub that over the spot, let it dry or pat it dry, whatever you want to do, and then apply the spot patch on top of that. That way I find that you get the maximum benefit from it. You know, it's gonna stay put. And there is 60 patches in there, which is pretty good actually. So yeah, I mean, it depends how many spots you've got and how often you use them, doesn't it, as to how far they're going to go. But for me, that's probably a good like 2 to 3 months worth. There is also the Wide Awake Brightening Eye Serum, which has 10% vitamin C and tripeptide complex in. There's the Spot Slayer Spot Treatment, which is formulated with 1% IPC. That's the one I spoke about earlier. We also, I love these. We also have the Super Dark Micro Needle Spot Patches. I love a micro needle patch. So they have teeny tiny little micro needles in that, you know, you can press it onto the spot and it helps to penetrate deeper. So they have the hydrocolloid layer on them as well, the same as the other ones. All spot patches have that. And then the salicylic acid and hyaluronic acid. And then very lastly, they also offer a lip treatment. So that's the Peptide Pout Plumping Lip Treatment. So yeah, as I say, I've been using the Happy Hydrate range for the past week. Really like it. I spoke about it earlier, but really like it, got on really well with it. It's definitely helped with the hydration levels of my skin, which is what I really wanted from it, and I can honestly say that it has helped with that. Although I do really want to try the skin barrier one as well, because they kind of work hand in hand. So yeah, I might have to grab that as well, because I'm really interested in that. I love a milky toner, and as I say, I really like an oat cleansing balm as well. So yeah, what do you think? Is there a particular line that you want to try, or are you gonna mix and match them? Because that's a good thing, you can do that as well. So let me know in the comments below. As always, all products shown in today's video I will link in the description box below for you as well, along with any discount codes if I can find any too. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me. If you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel, until then, thanks for watching. Bye.